In the merit of a complete recovery, or Ariella Bat Susa, I like to say Edvar Torah. The Brisker Rav had a Talmud who was very talented and very smart, and he noticed a lot of potential in this young Talmud, and he grew up, and when it was time for him to choose a parnasa, a livelihood, he decided to go into business. And he moved to a faraway town, and the rumor had it that this Talmud, he was doing so well in business, he forgot about his learning and his praying and working on himself, and he was just so involved in his business. So, the Brisker Rav went on a voyage to this town. And when he came, hundreds of people came to greet the Brisker Rav, and they were all so excited, and he went one by one and said, "How are you?" And he talked with each person. And when he came to this Talmud, he said, "How are you?" And the Talmud was so excited to be back in the presence of his Rebbe, and he said, you know, Rebbe, I'm doing great. I went into the sugar business, and I'm doing amazing. My cousin and I were expanding. We're all organizing, making so much money. I can't even believe how much money I'm making. It's amazing. And the Rebbe went on, around, and he came back to the same Talmud. He said, "How are you?" Everyone kind of, said what's going on, because the Rav doesn't make mistakes like that. He doesn't forget that he had spoken to someone. He doesn't ask the same question twice. What's going on? So the Talmud didn't want to embarrass the Rebbe, so he said, "Oh, Rebbe, I'm doing great in business. It's amazing. I'm making so much money. It's the sugarcane business. It's amazing, Rebbe, really." Rebbe went around again, talking to people, on to new people. Came back to the same Talmud the third time. "How are you?" he said. And the Talmud said, "Rebbe, I'm doing amazing. The money's amazing. The parnasa, we're expanding. We're only getting bigger and bigger and bigger." The Rebbe was a little bit disappointed. And he said, I thought you would have understood that when I said, "How are you?" it was saying, "How are you?" Not, what is Hashem? Not, what is God blessing you with? I'm not interested. I wasn't asking what God's doing for you. Ask, how are you doing? What are you busy with? How's your praying? How's your learning? How's your character development? How's your marriage going? How are all the elements? How is your effort going? What are you keeping yourself busy with? Where's your efforts? Not what's Hashem blessing you with. So right after hearing this story, I was thinking, it's so interesting. How am I doing? What does that mean? And just then, I was told to come downstairs immediately. I heard all this havoc, all this yelling, and what's going on, and came downstairs. And the laundry machine had overflowed. And it was leaking into the basement, and the basement ceiling was cracked, and there was a flood in the basement. So you see, my mother broke her foot. She should have had a complete recovery, and my father was sitting Shiva. So I decided, I'm going to be extra helpful. I collected everyone's laundry, and I put it all in the wash, and I was feeling so good about myself, so helpful. And apparently, if you plug the sink while the laundry machine's on, it floods. So in my attempt to, create more peace in the home and have everything nice and fresh, I created a lot more mess for everybody. And everyone was freaking out. There was so much work to do. And I had the biggest smile on my face. How am I doing? Amazing. I was totally exhausted, totally done. And I said, I'm going to push myself a little bit more. I'm going to do a little bit more chores. And I'm going to put everyone's clothes in the wash so everyone will have nice, clean clothes. How am I doing? Great. How's Hashem doing by me? Well, there's a flood, and I might be in a lot of trouble, and there might be some damages. But really, that's not my business. My business is my effort. I feel like we always confuse our self-esteem. We pride ourselves on the things that don't have so much to do with us. How much money we have doesn't have so much to do with us. How much effort we put in, that's something we can take. We can feel really own. We take pride in all the things that don't really have so much to do with us. How good looking we are, how smart we are, how tall we are, how funny we are. What size house we live in doesn't have so much to do with us. What we need to be more interested in is the efforts I'm putting in. How much effort am I putting in? Am I pushing myself? Am I working on my patience? Am I trying not to be an angry person? Am I being helpful as I can be? Am I criticizing too much? Am I making sure everyone feels appreciated? That's what we need to be more interested in. And so I had the biggest smile on my face. I'm doing great. That's Hashem doing by me. When people ask us, how are we doing? Baruch Hashem. All blessings come from God. Hashem caused a leak in my house. I have absolutely no idea why. Why it was good for there to be more cats, I have no idea why. But Hashem gave me the water to wash our clothes with. He gave me the soap to wash our clothes with. He gave me a ceiling and a basement. And God can do with that what He wants. So I think the question we all have to ask ourselves are, how are we doing? How much effort are we putting in? Wish you all a beautiful Shabbos.